Hey, Leo, Mel, intuitive coach here. Excited to bring in your quarter one reading for January, February, and March 2025. If you're interested in a personal reading, signing up for the monthly newsletter, or entering into the free reading giveaway, you can find all of that information in the description box below the video. All right, Leo, welcome. You have here, bottom of the deck, all that glitters. All that glitters isn't always gold. You may have been heading in a direction that wasn't in your highest good, perhaps regarding your health. Perhaps you were eating certain foods that were contributing to, I'm getting heart here. So there is something with the heart showing up. This is also card 16, which is the Tower. So perhaps for some of you, there was a sudden awakening, okay? A destruction of old habits, old patterns, something that it may look juicy, it may look enticing, but it's not the best for you. And that is what you are addressing in quarter one. There is regrowth, there's regeneration showing up here for you. And I see that you have a really good radar system, a built-in BS detector where you can see through the falsifications or inauthenticity of people. You are able to take off the masks, or you may even help other people take off their masks to uncover their true soul selves. So the All That Glitters card tells me that you're getting honest with yourself. You're taking accountability for actions or choices that you have made that may have put you in a position that you don't necessarily love. And I see in January of 2025 here, there is regeneration. This is the phoenix rising from the ashes. I'm getting Lebanese. Okay, so maybe someone has some Lebanese in their heritage or their background. I'm also getting AL or LA. So you may have AL in your name, first name or last name, or LA. So please take that as it resonates. If it does, there could be a very important message here for you, Leo. Now, some of you, there is a strong emphasis on the heart or heart health. So if you have had anxiety, if you've had depression, perhaps your heart has had irregular, a beating, make sure that you're getting this looked at or checked out. Some of you may even have some sort of appointment with a cardiologist. Maybe you've had like leaky valves, or there could be mucus blocking like a bronchial tube. Please take that as it resonates, but they are showing me the heart here as well. Energetically, some of you could be healing from maybe a heartache or a heartbreak coming into 2025. Now, of course, there is regeneration showing up and possibly revival, something that you thought was dead or something that you thought was over with for good. It feels like there could be a reenacting or a reviewing of that process in order for you to fully, evolve and grow into the Leo that you were born to be. There could be a reunion as well for some of you. I am getting a bit of Six of Cups. Now, it doesn't mean an ex from the past, but it could certainly be a relationship that is on the fritz, maybe between a family member or a child and a parent. It feels like there could be some changing or shifting of those dynamics coming up here for you, potentially in quarter one. But for the majority of you, I see you getting back to a place of more vitality, better health, and opening up that heart chakra to really allow yourself to love and to be loved. Because you may have shut down, Leo. You may have gone through a bit of a hermiting is what I see. But I really love this regeneration card, and I talk about this every time it comes up. But you see there that there's a volcano, and in the midst of this volcanic activity, there's a tree. There's a tree that is growing. It has new life growing from the tree. And in the center, this looks like, to me, it always looks like a wild blueberry. And if you know about wild blueberries, they are one of nature's most potent and profound healers, medicines that we have on this earthly plane. They can be destroyed in a wildfire, but wild blueberries will come back hardier and stronger than ever before. So when you have the sign of the wild blueberry here, which again, I don't even know if that's what it is. It could be a blue ribbon, but to me, it looks like a blueberry. It feels like you're coming back stronger than ever before. So even if you've gone through a bit of a spiritual awakening, if you have gone through maybe a shock to the system, the wild blueberry tells me that you will come back hardier and stronger than ever before. Some of you, wild blueberries, eating them, getting them into the system, drinking the juice, baking or cooking with them can be very, very beneficial, as they are a super food packed with so many good antioxidants, and they're great for heart health as well. All right, January, what is coming up here for you, Leo? January, we have regeneration. Ooh, King of Wands, beautiful. Some of you are getting your groove back, all right? Stella's getting her groove back here. And King of Wands tells me that you're going sailing, okay? Sailing across the ocean blue. Excuse me, some of you could be quite literally traveling or planning travel. This could also be a move. You may be moving, relocating, or taking a business idea or a creative endeavor to the next level. Something that you may have put a pause on. Maybe you had to put a pause on an idea of yours because you had to focus on your health or your wealth. Maybe you had other responsibilities that come into the forefront for you, and you again had to put something on pause. I feel like you're waking up to something that you've either procrastinated or you've put on the back burner. I feel like there is a refreshed, revitalized energy here for you. There's a renewed sense of determination, because when he's out there sailing, he has to be in the moment. He has to pay attention to the energy around him, right? Whatever way the winds are blowing, he has to be aware. So you do have this heightened sense of awareness in January about the things that, are needing your attention, things that need a bit of an upgrade or could use a bit of an improvement here. You have the 9 of Wands in reverse. 9 of Wands in reverse is good, because typically if it's in the upright, it is about, perseverance and strength and boundaries, which is great as well, but it can also be about, reigniting that perseverance or that strength within you. So that's the regeneration. You felt weak. You felt weakened here. And I just feel like you're gaining your strength back. Some of you may have even had a bit of a surgery. You may still be recouping from maybe a health issue or something that left your strength kind of depleted here. And I see the King of Wands. I mean, he is the comeback kid here. King of Wands is powerful. He's an entrepreneur, or if you work in the corporate world, I mean, you could be taking some time off to go travel, go pursue some of your passions. The King of Wands is resourceful. He's assertive. He's expressive. He is someone who's very adventurous. And I feel like you want to have a lot of adventure in 2025. There is something here about coming out of your comfort zone. And I feel like you could be introducing, new energies, new people to your world as well. So there's a positive light here at the end of the tunnel coming in, and you're coming back fighting. There is something you will overcome. Some of you are survivors. So this could be like cancer survivor, or you've survived something that perhaps took angelic help to kind of get you through. All right, you have the Witch card as well. I love when the Witch comes in, because this is the bonus major arcana, card 25 in this deck. The bonus major arcana is represented by Dorothy Gale, the Witch. She is magical, transformative. She's protected by the bubble of Glinda's, the fairy godmother type of energy, where Glinda is always looking after her, protecting her. You are protected. You are looked after. You have some spirit guides and loved ones that are with you, Leo. That is important. Okay. Some of you, there's been a loved one that's crossed over, and it has depleted you. It kind of left you on your knees in a sense. You went through a little bit of maybe a spiral after someone has crossed over here. But I am getting the witch card saying you are protected. You have this inner light about you. You are a powerful, powerful force. And it is so important for you not to doubt yourself. It is crucial, I mean crucial, for you to believe in your own abilities, for you to stay true to yourself. You don't need validation from others externally. You have your higher self, your team, your loved ones. You don't have to go in search of, that external approval by any means to validate your own self-worth. You are worthy of great things right here, right now. That is a message that is coming in for you here. All right, so January, big month. Now in the month of February, you have Go the Distance. Card 47. Some of you may be 46, 47, 51, or even 36. This is the month where you are being guided to stay true, stay consistent, keep on going, because you're so close to the finish line. You see that cheetah, it's almost disappearing here, the back end. So it feels like the past is starting to disintegrate in a way. You're coming closer and closer to a new beginning. There's a new experience coming in. Now, 2025 is a 9-year. You have the 9 of Wands. You've gone through a lot. This is the wounded warrior. Some of you even have some battle scars or some battle wounds, to prove that you've gone through war and back. You've gone to battle and back, but you are hitting a finish line here. You're wrapping something up. And I feel by February, there is a message, 6 of Swords, bottom of the deck, to keep on going. There is a healing journey, a spiritual journey ahead here for you. Spirit, what do we have in store for Leo in the month of February? There's the Chariot, there's the Moon. Try to move forward with the Chariot showing up with controlled emotional drive. What that means is I see a lot of emotions coming in here for you. The Moon is very emotional. It is Pisces energy. And February, we will be knee deep in Pisces season as well, or at least beginning it. February 19th or so is the beginning. So this is about you taking a look at the emotions that drive you forward in life, because the Chariot is also ruled by emotion, by Cancer energy. So this is about possibly fast forward. Your emotions could be driving you towards a goal, but I also feel it's important to see things clearly, because sometimes the Moon can be illusion. Sometimes it can be the subconscious. It can be things that are hidden from view. And I am getting truth coming up here. Like, the truth is that you're closer than you think. And some of you, perhaps you're telling yourself that this is a far off dream, or this is so far off into the future, and it's causing you to get a little bit sidetracked. That's what I'm getting here. Now, emotions are bubbling up here for you. I want to take a look at what these emotions are, because they are the driving factor. Now, some of you, this is about feeling good. Now, think of the main emotions that we have: happiness, anger, sadness, right? Those are the main 3 that we think of often. But there is a whole cornucopia of a wide range of emotions, from excitement to fear to, envy, excuse me, to, so many different ones here. And I want you to explore your emotions a little bit more. And if there is fear that is kind of taking the reins, think of riding a horse. and you're all saddled in, but all of a sudden you see that there's a mountain ahead, or you see that there's a cliff ahead, and immediately your mind tells you you're going to go over, or there is disaster ahead. Now, of course, we need that fear to help divert us into a direction that feels safer. But at the same time, sometimes those fears are mirages. Sometimes they are illusions that are holding us back. They're causing us to pull back on the reins and causing that horse to kind of buck up a bit. So this is about really trusting in your own intuition. Pay attention to what intuitive nudges and insights you are receiving. Pay attention to your dreams, not just the dreams that you have while you're sleeping, but to your daydreams as well, because there is forward momentum. Some of you could be traveling or moving. You could be moving forward, moving ahead. And I feel like there is happiness here. There is a lot of happiness coming in, but fear is trying to stop you. Fear is trying to tell you that this finish line is not really there when it is, okay? So let's look here. Spirit, what is this emotion? Oh, look at that. We have the devil. We have the devil at the bottom of the deck. The devil is in reverse, which means you're going to liberate yourself. Some of these emotions may be around codependency, materialism, addictions, bondage, obsession, or things that are instantly gratifying versus long-term longevity. So we want to make sure that that chariot is aligned with emotional balance, because that is going to keep the chariot on the road, right? Instead of kind of veering off into the ditch. And I feel like you may have dealt with an energy in the past that was a bit selfish, maybe impulsive, or maybe lacked direction in some way. And that may be why you have that fear coming in now, because you're like, wait a second, is this a repeat from the past? And you may have some old triggers or old wounds coming in. Let's look here, Leo. What's going on? What's with the emotions? What do we need to know? All right, the world, you've wrapped up a cycle. This is beautiful. I told you that you're at the end of a finish line here. The world is the end of a journey. Some of you are graduating, getting married, or there is a new beginning. You're launching yourself out into the world in some way. This can also be global travel. This is freedom, enlightenment, and victory. The world is your oyster. And if you have put off some sort of gratification, or if it feels like you've had to, deal with adulting or responsibilities or healing, and something has been prolonged, perhaps your happiness has been prolonged, Spirit is saying, whoa, wait a second. You may be fearing that something is not going to happen, like you're not going to pass that test, or you're not going to get that home, or whatever it may be. I'm here to tell you, I feel like you can get your hopes up. Okay, I feel like you can get your hopes up, because what do I see coming in for you in March? You have milk and honey. Leo, March is a beautiful month here. You see that this baby elephant is bathing in that sweet honey, the success here of some sort of opportunity or goal or victory, the sweet milk bath. There's a rainbow above. Now you've come out of the storm here. And there's been a showering, there's been a detox with the rain, because the rain comes in, and the sun comes in, and it creates that rainbow. And I feel like you're finally getting a little bit of a taste of that rainbow here. And the milk and honey is prosperity. You are soaking this up. That is the message. Soak it in the month of March, because there are some really, really beautiful things. You can trust this experience here, but you have to stay true to your heart and your path. Spirit, what is the milk and honey showing up in March all about for Leo? Oh, look at this. Okay, bottom of the deck, they said 3 of Cups. 3 of Cups is celebration. It is about you coming to a place where you feel like you're not left out in the cold. You finally feel like you are a part of something here. This is soul tribe. This is family. This is possibly celebrating a new job, the news of a birth, passing a test. It could even be a wedding reception or some sort of social event here where there is a lot of, abundance. There's a coming together to celebrate all this delicious activity going on in your life. There's the Six of Swords, which we've seen at the bottom of the deck here in January and February, but now it's coming out. You're finally in calmer waters. The Six of Swords is all about, moving on from a situation that was bad or that was difficult or that was disheartening for some of you. This is about trust, hope, and healing. This is a new journey. You're no longer resisting the change because something is finalized, something is completed. Now, the sheep here is knitting a wool blanket. Blankets bring warmth. They bring protection. When we feel cold, when we feel like we are, not protected, we cover up. And I feel like you have protected your energy in some way because the wool that he is using to make this blanket is coming from himself. You see that there's bits and pieces of the wool that he has taken off of his own, own skin here in a way, or own coat, in order to move forward. And I feel like you are wiser. You are wiser. You're coming back stronger than ever before. Some of you, this is a very specific message, so please take it as it resonates. Some of you have had a part of your body that you have taken a piece of your, maybe your hip, and you put it in your neck. I know this sounds weird, but maybe it's like skin grafting. So perhaps there's a part of your skin that you've placed in a different area. Maybe some of you have even had a transplant, because I feel like there's a body part that is used constructively elsewhere. Excuse me. Some of you it feels like there's regrowth, maybe to a part of the body that is able to regenerate itself, maybe like the liver, or, an area that, it can start to function fully again. It feels like there may be a major organ or a part of the body that is starting to regrow or revitalize after it was damaged in some way. So that is a specific message. Again, please take that as it resonates, but that's what I'm seeing here. I'm also getting echinacea. Echinacea, isn't that an herb? Some of you could be working with echinacea or tea or herbs, supplements as well. I am seeing the flowers in the background, and I see the black and the white swan, and they're separated there by the paddle. So it feels like you're leaving the black swan. Maybe that was a darker version of your life or a shadow aspect, and not that the shadow is gone forever, but it feels like you are embracing that shadow, and you're loving yourself despite what you've gone through that may have caused you to feel like you were, in a very shadowy phase of your life. You're coming out of that here, and you're entering into that white swan period of your life. You have the Page of Pentacles. The Page of Pentacles invests in himself. Some of you, this does have to do with news or messages around money, taxes, checks, investments, financial wins, abundance as well. Some of you, this could be a celebration of a new home, celebration of, paying off some sort of debt as well. Yeah, this is beautiful. I mean, you have the Page of Pentacles and the Four of Wands. Four of Wands is beautiful. It's Munchkin country. It's everybody coming together, just like they celebrate when the Wicked Witch, a house is landed on the Wicked Witch and they all come together. That feels like the Black Swan. So if you've gone through a darker period, you're celebrating the ending of that, the completion of it, because it was difficult. Sometimes you felt very disconnected from yourself or from your journey, but the page is news saying your hard work is paying off. You've invested in yourself. You're even learning some new skills. Some of you are training, you are graduating, you are leveling up in some way. So again, March is a very, very prominent month for you. And if you haven't already checked out your yearly reading, I don't recall what was going on for you in the month of March, but I will link that in the video at the end here. as well as post that playlist in the description box. So if you haven't checked that out, again, see if they coincide, because March is a very powerful month. It could be one of the best months for you in 2025. So let's take a look here and get some messages from the trees, messages from your nature spirits, your ancestors, your loved ones, your guides. What is coming in here for you? All right, I'm going to have to cover this one up because it is angel oak and angels are unclothed here. It says connection, support, and growth. Our roots are stronger when we grow together. And I'm just going to show you a little bit here. You see the roots? They are all intertwined, okay? So there is a stronger together type of vibe coming in, and that's exactly what I am picking up on. And believe it or not, wow, it actually looks like the regeneration card. It actually looks like that. I'm just going to cover them up here. You can see that it looks just like that regeneration card, and it is the angel oak. And didn't I say earlier, some of you like touched by an angel? Some of you could be connecting to the angelic wisdom, angelic guides as well. Maybe Archangel Michael, Archangel Raphael. I'm also getting Radkiel. Okay, Radkiel. I'm not sure what that angel covers, but there's something here also about a name. Someone's name could be angel. Or even heaven spelled backwards. I'm getting like Nevea. Okay, Nevea. It says our roots are stronger when we grow together. So I told you there is connection and support coming in here for you in the first quarter. You also have the eucalyptus tree. This is about protection, struggle, trauma, and recreation. Don't waver in the presence of the fire, because you are strong. You are someone who is resilient here. Yeah, you are protected. This is about trauma. You've gone through some sort of traumatic experience, and Spirit is saying, you know, you're coming out of this, because I feel like this final card here is where you're going. And it says, yeah, it's the spruce tree. It says renewal. There's your energy of resurgence and renewal. It says exploration. Don't wait for permission. Don't wait for permission. Take that chance. This is beautiful because we see where you've been. Okay, we see that you've definitely gone through the struggle. I mean, that's evident in your reading, but I do feel like you've completed a cycle coming into the new year. And even though, you know, the turn of the clock going into 2025, you may have still felt some of that struggle. It doesn't just disappear when the clock hits midnight, but I certainly see you working on these things. And I feel the astrological new year of Aries season is bringing in a lot of really beautiful blessings for you. So don't be afraid to explore the new path ahead. Don't forget about your skills, your magic, your wisdom, your talents. You have the ability to heal. I'm getting even re-healing parts of yourself that maybe you thought you would never heal from. That is what this resurgence and renewal is all about. Don't wait for permission. If you need permission, this is your permission slip to move forward in truth, authenticity, and your full soul self. Leo, that is what I have for you, beautiful souls. I hope this resonates. I'm sending you so much love. Please hit that thumbs up button. It certainly helps get the divine channeled messages out there to those that need it most. Lots of love.